You're watching Business Connection, and joining me now from Chicago Marriott Naperville is Dan Gustafson.
Hi.
Hi, nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by. You know, I think we all know where the Marriott is, and we drive by it and we think, wow, the travel industry has been super hard hit by the pandemic. How did it impact the Marriott Naperville?
It impacted us greatly. It kind of devastated our whole team and our staff. We had over 200 employees at the time working, and I recall vividly the day that the governor shut down basically the restaurants and everything. And so we turned around and we had to furlough or lay off all our people. We brought us down to about 11 people for a 424-room hotel, down from 200 plus people. And we worked diligently, hard, 24/7. What the key was, we all were cross-trained. And so if you were a front desk person, you were also a barista. Or if you could clean rooms, you could do lobby attendant. And so the key was having everyone cross-trained. But reality is it's finally coming back. And it took us over a year to get about 50 employees back. And by the second year, we're up to over 100. And so businesses really started booming, and businesses have taken off meetings. I think the international travelers have also come back as they've opened up different borders. We see quite a bit of that with being in the tech sector over here. And it's really exciting.
Well, I'm sure just something that you're really proud of your team. You really had to pull through a whole lot to keep the Marriott open and ready to go, and now you're back. Yeah,
you had to really communicate. You really had to stay with each other. It was the 11 of us that actually stayed there, and we were there for 6 months, just 11 people running the hotel. Wow. And you really just, it was family, and you had to make sure everyone's back was covered, and we were all safe. And yet you had this pandemic going on, and you're worried about people coming in the hotel. But really, we understood that, and right away, Marriott produced a electrostatic gun. And so it was a high-grade disinfectant, basically used in hospitals. And we were spraying those in all the guest rooms once we cleaned them. Processes began to change. What was real interesting about the housekeeping process is that we would let the person check out, and we wouldn't touch that room for a couple days because of the pandemic. We then had a specific team that would actually go in and actually strip that room, take the garbage or the linens and the towels out of that guest room, and then turn around and like another day or 2 days later actually clean the room.
Wow.
So the process definitely was different. Yeah. But we're finally back to the normal process. Well, we're cleaning every room, no matter if you're stayover or not, and there's no issues.
That's awesome. Well, that's so nice to hear. What do you think makes Chicago Marriott Naperville unique compared to other hotels? There's quite a lot up there by you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would say they're all great hotels. I would say one of the things that you can always say our service is great or our food is outstanding. I'm always going to say that. And our people are just the best. But I think really what makes set us apart, at least during the pandemic, is we activated the hotel. And we didn't understand what that meant at the time, but in hindsight, that's exactly what we did. And so one of the stories I tell is, as everything got shut down in the state of Illinois, we found that there were a number of people who would gather for coffee in the morning. Maybe they gathered at a fast food restaurant like McDonald's or something, as senior citizens or just whoever. And we actually invited them in to sit down. Now, we didn't serve coffee at the time, but they had a place to gather, and they told their friends. And then we also learned that there were a number of people working from their homes, and a lot of people couldn't work with their spouse being at home. There was a lot of discussions about that. I learned this as these people would show up in our lobby, and they would sit there and actually take Zoom meetings, or they would talk to each other. And it became more of everyone introduced each other to each other. And again, I think everyone wanted adult companionship. They all wanted to talk and tell their story. And so you had these old timers telling stories to people who were actually doing Zoom meetings or working remotely. And what happened is we activated our lobby. It looked exciting. There were people in it. They were spread out. We certainly did social distancing, but we call our lobby our great room. And we had the cocktail cubbies. We had people always in there with their laptops working, and they continue to do that today. And then as soon as we had the opportunity, we opened up our bar at 11 a.m. Bar sales have been very good. So we opened our bar, and that was open from 11 until 10 o'clock at night. And again, activating that lobby made, as people started coming back very slowly, but when they came back, there were other people in that lobby, and I think it made them feel safe, comfortable. It was great white noise to work.
Well, you're creating community, Dan. You
Right.
opened up your lobby to help community come together.
Actually, that's a great way to put it.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what, because we need it in general.
Yes.
But man, during the pandemic, we really needed it. I think that's awesome. And you are, when I'm up in that area, you are my Starbucks my Starbucks.
Thank you.
I like to zip in and zip out. I can do that very quickly. But what should we know about going forward with Marriott Naperville? Is there a package going on?
We always have kind of a staycation package, which is kind of the locals coming in with their family. Besides having our restaurant, our restaurant is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Right.
So we're fully opened, and we serve a wonderful, wonderful buffet, breakfast buffet in the morning, with omelets to order and waffles, and whether there's pancakes or anything else.
All the good stuff.
All the good stuff. And then for lunchtime, we're running specials all the time, and we have your traditional, the good old standard chicken Caesar classic, and salads and club sandwiches and burgers and all that stuff. But we always are running some sort of special.
That's awesome.
And as well as for dinner. And we've found that again, people want the community and they want to be with other people. But I think everyone has a great story to tell, and there's a lot of sense of community in our great room, in our lobby bar. Absolutely.
I also think that when you came in 2011 and you remodeled that, the decor and the lovely sort of modern hip feel that you've given both the bar, the lobby, and everything has been great.
Thank you.
So that has also helped welcome everybody back. So appreciate that. Dan, thanks so much for stopping by and sharing your story and telling us about Marriott Naperville. And I especially appreciate what you've done for the community. So thank you so much.
Thank you. And if you have a meeting, a wedding, bar mitzvah, birthday, we can handle any of those. We've got some great specials for holiday parties.
Okay.
And quite a few companies are coming back with holiday parties because they want to get back together. So give us a call at the Marriott Naperville.
That's awesome. If you're interested in learning more about the Chicago Marriott Naperville, please visit their website.